doubleheader here today. The Columbus Capitals playing them here at home, and then Ottawa Park later this afternoon, I think at 4:30. Played them earlier this season, I think at the very beginning of the season back in September, down in Columbus, and beat them both times. Starting lineup, we'll have Luke Wolf and Jace Albert back at D. Oh man, quick rush, quick shot, hit off the post right off the bat. And that's off. All right, up front we'll have Holden Gentner, Nixon Lukes. Russo's the other winger. All right, Luke brings it in the zone. Puck's dumped deep. Albert comes over, picks it up. Gets it up to Wojciech, brings it into the neutral zone. And that's going to be an icing, barely. All right, we'll have Bomer and Hubbard at D, Sorovi, Cones, and I think Myers up front. Back to Bomer, hits it up to Hubbard. Out of the zone. Nice back check there from Cones. Flipped up out of the zone. Bomer over to Hubbard. Up to Sorovi and dump deep. We've got Albert and Wolf back at D. We've got Signs up front. He's got the puck right now. Sorovi at wing. Oh, man. And Luchansky, the other winger. All right, Albert's back with it. Reverses over to Wolf. Up to Clausen. All right, back to Clausen. Maybe a little rusty today. We've had about 2 weeks since the game and just limited practices here over the holiday break. All right, we've got Russo with it behind the net. He's looking. Drops it back to Hubbard. Shot. Doesn't get through. Toledo moving it behind the net. And flung out a play will keep the face-off in the zone. All right, we'll have Hubbard and Bomer at D still. Gentner, Russo, and Lukes front. Hubbard's got it. Sends it up to Russo, trips it up the boards, and out of the zone. All right, chipped up from Lukes up to Gentner. Gentner tries to turn back towards the net. All right, we've got Wolf and Albert back at D. We've got Cones, Wojciech, and Gentner up front. Gentner's going off, and Myers comes on. Wojciech has it. And the puck's dumped down deep. And that's an ice. All right, we'll have Bomer and Hubbard at D, Myers, Wojciech, and quick pass out in front. And puck's gonna come back to Bomer, shot, and loose, goalie covers. Back to Jenna Bomer. Can you give him some motion, question mark? That might come better than Tylenol. He's complaining. All right, we'll keep Bomer and Hubbard back at D. We'll have Signs, Luchansky, Sorobi up front. All right, same forward lines. We'll switch out our D. We've got Wolf and Albert in a D. Sign sends it over to Luchansky. Luchansky skates it in. We've got Signs off, Gentner's on, Bomer and Hubbard are on. Bomer up to Luchansky. Bomer's got it, sends it up. Oh, kind of an awkward collision there. Puck goes out of play. Keep Bomer and Hubbard out. At D, we've got Russo, Lukes, and Gentner up front. Nice stick there from Bomer. Hubbard sends it over to Wolf. We got a line change going. Wolf's just going to dump it in. All right, we've got Myers, Lukes, Clausen up front. Got Clausen, Wilkevich, Myers still up front, Albert and Wolf back at D. And that's offsides. All right, we'll bring on Bomer and Hubbard back at D. Cones, Signs, and Serovi up front. Bomer's got it. Reverses back to Hubbard. Our side pass to Cones, chips it in. Wolf and Albert come in for D. Comes out of the zone, back to Albert. Sends it up to Cones. Bomer up to Lukes. Gentner's got it. Passes up. Ooh, right off of Russo's stick. Looked like that puck was maybe rolling a little bit. Looks up to Nixon. Makes a move. Gets it deep here. Keeps it deep behind the net. We've got Clausen pressuring. Puck's going to come back to Hubbard. And that goes offsides. Wolf and Albert at D, Luchansky, Myers, and Clausen up front. Moves it back to Albert. Albert's back with the puck here in the corner. Where is it? That almost went in. Neither ref saw it. Yeah, it was on the line at least. I heard the coach on the other team yell it's in, but I don't think either ref had a clear view of it. So even if it was, it's no goal, but ugh. All right. About 3.5 minutes left to go in the first period. We'll switch up lines here. We've got Bomer and Hubbard in at D, Signs, Cones, Wokevich up front. Back to Bomer, to Hubbard. Nice move there from Signs. Oh. Signs back to Bomer. All right, Bomer sends it around to Cones. We got a delayed penalty coming against Columbus for a cross check, it looks like. First power play of the game here. All right, we'll have Wolf and Albert back at D. Russo, Gentner. Can't see who's at the left wing, maybe Cones. Nope, Luchansky's at left wing. Face-off win for Columbus, and they'll dump it deep in our zone. Gentner over to Luchansky. Offsides. Bomer and Hubbard at D, Russo, same forward lines, Russo, Gentner, Luchansky up front. Right, we got the puck in the zone. Puck's back to Bomer at the blue line. Oh, tries to send it over to Hubbard. Gets a stick in the way. Russo brings it in the zone. Shot and goalie stops it. Just got shot off. All right, about 33 seconds left to go in the power play. All right, we'll bring in Myers, Wokevich, and Signs up front. Halfway into Bomer, sends it over to Hubbard. Gonna come out of the zone. Bomer over to Hubbard. Bomer up to Myers, up to Signs. We got a one-on-one developed here. Nice D there from Columbus. And penalty is over. We've got Albert and Wolf in at D. All right, about a minute left here in the period. Puck's up to Wokevich, chips it up off the boards. Nice play from Wolf there, up to Luke's. Back to Wolf. We got about 10 seconds left here. And that should do it for the first here. All right. Still tie game 0-0. All right, we've got Clausen and Russo at wing, Gentner at center, Bomer and Hubbard back at D. Bomer's got it. So pass up to Gentner. Nice move there from Russo. Shot, and that's a goal. All right, nice goal there from Russo. Looks like assist from Gentner and Bomer. Same lines. A little bit of a hook coming through the, Nice pass over to, Srovi. All right, so we've got Srovi, Luchansky, and Signs up front. Albert and Wolf back at D. We got a penalty against Signs coming. Be on the penalty kill here. got Bomer and Hubbard in at D. We've got Myers and Cones up front. All right, that's a hook. Or trip, is what they're calling it. All right, well, 4-on-4. Hubbard up to Myers and around to Cones. Nice move from Cones there. Puck's still loose. Puck bounces, but not off completely. Oh, no, it is off. Same lines. Come back to Bomer, hits it over to Cones. It's gonna come to Bomer, shot, and goes wide. Kept in at the blue line, over to Hubbard, and dumped in. Change out our forwards. We've got, oh man. And net's off again. We're having some difficulties with this net. Almost like they need to squirt some water down in that hole where the peg goes or something. All right, we've got Wukevich and Lukes up front, Albert and Wolf back at D. Face-off win, back to Wolf, who dumps it deep. Over to Albert. All right, first penalty's over. We'll be on the power play for a couple seconds, and second penalty's over. Back to 5-on-5. So we've got Signs up front. We've got Wukevich up front. We've got Lukes up front. Albert and Wolf still back at D. Alright, Albert's got it. He's going to skate it up. Right, centers it. Nice stop there from Harris. All right, Albert up to Russo. All right, Wolf up to Luchansky. Gentner takes it deep into the corner. Shot gets blocked. We're able to change out our D. We've got Bomer and Hubbard. Luchansky's got it. Tries to center it, and goalie covers it. All right, still Bomer and Hubbard at D. Myers, Cherokee, and Cones up front. Myers has it, sends it over. Oh. Bomer's got it, sends it back up. All right, well, Myers tries to get it dumped deep, but bounces off a player. That's an icing. All right, we've got Albert and Wolf back at D, Signs, Volkevich, and Luke's up front. That's a goal. All right, 1-1. All right, we got the same lines. Offsides.
Baby, a song, you make me wanna roll my windows down and cruise.
All right. We're gonna swap out our D. We'll put Hubbard and Bomer on. We'll keep out our forwards. All right, Luke's has it. Shot goes wide. Hubbard, or Bomer over to Hubbard. Hubbard dumps it in. All right, Volkevich has it, dumps it deep. We got a line change there. We've got Albert and Wolf back at D. We've got Clausen, Lachansky, Signs up front. Shot off the side of the net. Shot from the blue line gets deflected. Harris covers. All right, Capitals are switching up their goalie. All right, we'll have Gentner, Lachansky, Cherokee up front. Still Wolf and Albert back at D. And we got a penalty coming against Columbus there. Hit from behind into the boards. Hubbard and Wolf at D. Lukes, Gentner, Russo up front. Nice puck movement. That's a goal. Puck off the kind of a weird angle, but snuck it through. Good puck movement there. Goal by Brighton Russo. There was an assist or two on that too. I didn't see who all it came from. All right, we'll have Gentner, Russo, Lukes up front, Bomer, and Hubbard back in D. Bomer's got it. Changes direction again, gets it up to Gentner. Just can't get it past that blue line. Bomer over to Hubbard, up to Russo. Bringing Albert and Wolf at D. Got Myers, Vokevich, and Cones up front. Oh man. Oh, that looked like it was going to go in. Ref was right there. How Harris saved that. Let's go back and watch it. Albert back to Wolf. And puck's dumped deep. We get our D change out. Hubbard and Bomer come in. Forwards, we've got Signs, Sorovi, and Luchansky. And Harris covers. Face-off win for Toledo. Bomer up to Sorovi. Back. Luchansky's shot gets blocked. Bomer is off. Albert's on. Still in. Pucks up to Cherokee. And puck gets dumped in. All right, we've got Albert out with Wolf now. Russo up front. Gentner up front. Luke's up front. That's a goal. I love it. All right. Nice shot from Luke there. Goal for Luke Wolf. I think assist from Gentner and Luke's. All right, we got a 3-1 game. Oh, that was way offsides. Pucks up to Gentner, dumps it deep. Bomer's back with it. Clausen gets it out of the zone. And we're going to have a penalty for a hold coming up against us here. Kevich will go to the backs. We'll be shorthanded here. We got less than a minute left to go in the second period. We'll have Cones and Myers up front. Wolf and Albert back at D.
Horns on my silver rumble grill, and I buy the bar double round the crown, and everybody's getting down in this town. Ain't never gonna be the same.
Oh. Puck up to the blue line, not out. Puck gets deflected up and out of play. Alright, we're going to bring on Russo. We'll bring on Hubbard. Goodbye, Lions. Puck up to the blue line, but not out. There's a big time hook. All right, no call there. All right, end of the second here. Scores 3-1.
Gotta call that hook.
right, start of the third here. We'll have start out shorthanded. Got Bomer and Hubbard back at D. Cherokee and Signs up front. That hit off the post, I'm not sure. But comes down, no icing. Penalties getting ready to expire here. We change out our D. We've got Albert and Wolf back at D. All right, we got Luke's up front, Signs up front, and Russo. It's up to Signs. Brings it in the zone. A few nice moves. It gets deflected up and over the net. All right, we bring in Hubbard and Bomer, D, Gentner, Russo, Luke's up front. Back to Bomer, banks it up to Luke's, just out of his reach. Chansky dumps it deep. Got Chansky, Gentner, and Clausen up front. Wolf and Albert back at D. All right, Albert's got it. And Harris will cover that one. Get a line change here. We'll bring in Bomer and Hubbard at D. Wilkevich, Cherokee, Combs up front. Cherokee's got it. Bomer will dump it in deep. Puck gets dumped deep. No, they're calling a penalty for something. I don't know what, though. All right, Signs is going to the box. I don't know what he did. Saw him in the corner. He had the puck and got checked. Must have been something after I stopped watching. All right. We'll be back on the penalty kill here. All right, he must have got a misconduct. We're just going to play 5-on-5, it looks like. All right, Russo's got it. So we've got Russo, Gentner, Lukes up front. Albert and Wolf back at D. Gentner carries it in. We've got Hubbard and Bomer in at D right now. And offsides.
Right, but they're not calling the body on them. I know. Our defense was told on the body.
All right, Bomer and Hubbard back at D. Myers, Luchansky, and Volkevich up front. Offsides. All right, same lines. Kevich sends it up to Myers. And puck's out of play. Face off down in their zone. All right, we'll bring in Wolf and Albert back at D. Russo, Cones, and Sorobi, it looks like, up front. Harris covers that. Same lines. Russo comes up with it. He's going to start skating with it. He's got Sorovi to his right. Passes over to Sorovi. Drives the net. Puck's on the line. That's in. That's a goal. Nice stop there with Sorovi. I don't know if that puck was going to go in anyways, or if Russo must have tapped it in there at the end. Kind of, you can usually tell by their reactions kind of who gets it in, but nice hustle there by both of them. All right, 4-1 game here. We'll get a line change. All right, Bomer and Hubbard in a D, Gentner at center, Lukes and Wilkevich at wing. All right, Wilkevich dumps it in. Comes up to Bomer and dumps it deep. All right, back to Wolf. All right, we've got Clausen, Luchansky, Myers up front, Wolf and Albert back at D. Oh. Penalty coming against Blue Jackets. Alright, for power play here, we'll have Bomer and Hubbard back at D. We'll have Wilkevich, Russo, Myers up front. Kept in at the blue line. Bomer's got it. Shot. Russo's got it down low, brings it up towards the slot. Back to Bomer. Bomer's got it. Oh, comes out of the zone. And puck gets dumped deep. We got 35 seconds left here in the power play. Back to Bomer.
It's not even covered.
All right, get a whistle there. Puck was loose. Ref couldn't see it. All right, 13 seconds left in the power play. Penalties over, back to 5-on-5. So we've got Cherokee up front, Gentner up front, Cones up front. Albert and Wolf back at D.
Pass back to the board. Let's go!
Gets flipped up, hits the ceiling. We'll get a face-off in our zone. All right, we'll keep Albert and Wolf back at D. We'll have Volkevich, Clausen, and Chansky up front. We're going to have a penalty come in against Toledo here for trip, I believe, or hook. We're going to bring in Hubbard and Bomer at D. We'll have Myers and Russo up front. All right, Harris will cover. Bounce off the uprights there. Russo's gonna dump it down deep. We'll get a line change. Penalties over. We are back to 5-on-5. Looks up to Cones. Flips it up the board. We'll have a 2-on-1 develop with Cones and Cherokee. Bomer and Hubbard are back in at D. Shot there from Bomer, gets a skate. Bomer's got it. Sends it up to Luchansky. Wolf to Bomer. Bomer up to Luchansky, and that's the game. All right. So we're playing again later, I think at 4:30. I do not think we will live stream that at Ottawa Park. I don't think we can. I don't think there's any bleachers there. We'd be at ice level, and it's not a great view. So if anything changes, you can take a look and see, but I probably will not live stream that game. So, all right. We'll see you guys later.